the Warframe mobile is currently in closed beta. From time to time, I believe uh, it's opening more to people who sign up for the closed beta, but I don't think that's an all the time thing, correct?
Um, there's periodic updates for it. Like obviously we're just sort of testing kind of update to update, I guess if that makes sense. Like we'll add I think the most recent one was like adding the new war and stuff, and that's pretty crazy. But if when it works, if it goes well, then we move on to the next one. And then eventually, once everything's on mobile, we'll be able to see about, releasing it and maybe we'll do early access or something like that. Um, I think obviously next steps is increasing like to Android as well because it's just Apple. But mobile is like growing at the speed of sound. I'm very excited about it.
And before your Android fans out there start complaining about it being only on Apple right now, it's because Apple has their whole test flight thing, which for those
Yeah.
of you guys that don't know, let developers test their apps before they release them, kind of like testing beta. So that's something that Android doesn't currently have that I'm aware of anyway.
Right, yeah. I don't know for sure like the exact reasons. I think also just like there's more standardized tech with
Oh
iPhones. Like
yeah, I get there was
Android has so many
yeah,
devices.
I
Yeah.
get the fragmentation is also a valid
Yeah.
reason too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be an Android user back in the day. I was an Android user back when I think I still have an old Android phone that had Froyo on it. For those of you guys that don't know, Froyo is Android 2.2. This was
Yeah.
still at Google's early phase where they wanted to name every update after a dessert.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they would Froyo and then, ice cream sandwich. Honeycomb was an interesting update because it was a tablet only update because there was a
Right.
period where they wanted to make a tablet only market as well. So yeah, they wanted to compete with Apple. It's basically always been an Apple versus Google thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, just one of those things. Companies compete with each other. It's a thing. Let's see. Everything here. I think I touched on. Oh, actually, there is something that I do have to say about the divide paradox in the mobile. I feel like that's going to be a big challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the next goal. Like I know it's the next goal, but it would be crazy. I mean, like the Switch, the Switch is great, but there are phones better than the Switch at this point. So if it's on the Switch, it can work on a phone, luckily. But it's just so much. And then you got to think about like controls and movement. So
Yeah. Speaking of movements, though, you guys did make probably what I would call one of the best mobile updates, which was the gesture thing
yeah,
you guys added. I
yeah.
mean, it's so convenient. It's almost like it think it should have been there to begin with, but I didn't know it should have been there. That's how convenient it is. I didn't know I needed it till it happened. It makes bullet jumping so much easier.
That's great to hear. Yeah, I'm curious what other gestures will come out of mobile just to make it a better experience, Because like I know some people connect a controller to their mobile games that they play, but ideally we can get it to a point where you want to feel comfortable playing it anywhere. If you're on the bus or if you're just walking or somewhere, you can just pull it up and play.
Nazi, I actually, you just made me think of another question, which I don't know if you even have the exact answer to. What about internet connectivity? Mobile internet hasn't always been known to always be the best. So
Right, yeah. It's a great question, and I don't really know the answer, but um, I guess it would sort of just be in a similar situation of how we have hosting on our PCs and consoles. Like if someone doesn't really have the most stable internet connection, they're not going to be the most viable host, but we do some magic behind the scenes to sort of pick the best host, and we might
Uh,
apply that to mobile, but that's just me personally speaking. I don't know. I would hope that like whatever the solution is, it works best. Or if people just prefer to play solo, they can do that. But yeah, it would be a shame to like be in an Archon hunt on mobile, let's say, and then you like go in a tunnel, and
uh,
then you lose connection.
Actually, Switch would probably benefit the most from Warframe Mobile, I would imagine, since the Switch does have a, handheld mode. You guys could theoretically import some stuff from Warframe Mobile to Switch once it gets hacked out.
It's true. As it's very possible. I don't know if we have or I like I said earlier, we'd like love to share tech wherever we find it. I think the biggest thing we've shared from mobile to Switch and Switch to mobile is like file size and just how big the game is. Because getting it down to something that fits comfortably on a mobile phone is tough.
Yeah,
Because like, oh my gosh.
I don't even know how you guys managed it with the Switch, honestly. Every
Yeah.
update, makes it under 20 gigabytes still.
Yeah, it's great because I play some other games that aren't necessarily compressed like that and take up a lot of space. So
Yeah.
always happy to see that Warframe gets smaller sometimes with updates, which is very cool.